Good morning. You join me somewhere near Dorking or Guildford or both, where today I'm meeting up with a guy called Olly Wild. He's a member of a car club called Surviving the Nightlife, who you may know as being the group that famously shut down the Cobham services on the M25 earlier this year. So he's bringing down his modified Focus ST, which I'm really looking forward to because I simply love hot hatches. He hasn't arrived just yet, but when he does, we're going to touch some GoPros, hit the road, and hopefully get some decent shots. So yeah, let's do this. Now Olly said that he was running a bit late to fill up for fuel, I should say. But he's been gone quite some time, so it sort of makes you think, what in God's name is he filling up? It must be a fuel tanker at this rate. It's been quite some time. Hopefully it won't be too much longer because it's not the warmest day going. Obviously we're getting towards December, so it is starting to get rather cold. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't take too much longer. Here he is, literally right on cue. Oh, he's trying to use the wrong entrance. It's quite funny. Here he comes. Oh, hear that. Good morning, sunshine. I didn't think you were coming.
Oh, good morning. Sorry.
You said you were filling up for fuel.
Yeah.
What were you filling up? A fuel tanker?
Yeah. Traffic man. I'm doing loads of roadworks near me, so I'll do it.
Looking good though.
Thank you.
Looking good. There we go. Give it a good clean.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's clean enough for you. There's a few little marks on it. But, yeah.
Well, the great thing about filming is that cars never appear as dirty on film as they do in real life.
Okay.
So you'll be absolutely fine. So through the lens, this looks spotless. This looks like it's just come out for showroom.
Okay, you know, because I cleaned it in the dark last night.
Cleaned it in the dark?
I cleaned it and dried it off, washed it and dried it off in the dark. Yeah, the reason was I had to go up to head office, the mapping company that I work with.
Yeah.
I went up to head office yesterday and I was chatting with them, doing marketing and everything. So,
yeah.
Ryan Little.
Gonna mess up things for
and
your
then
car
if you
now.
want the tilt,
yeah,
you got that for the wheel.
Marvellous. Yeah, switch
this
that
is so comfy.
Ah.
God, his chair's nice.
On extreme angles, like when you're coming out, you'll have to go slow because of the splitter on the front.
No worries.
Yeah.
Right.
And dip clutch to start. Yeah, you know.
Oh, it sounds good. Sounds good.
Right, I'm holding on.
Oh, oh God, that makes a good noise.
Why couldn't our car sound like that?
God, these seats are so comfortable.
Yeah, they really do. They hug you well.
Yeah. So this is Olly Wild from Surviving the Nightlife, and this is his Ford Focus ST. But this isn't just any Ford Focus ST. This has been modified somewhat. So talk us through what you've done to it.
Engine-wise, we've worked on the induction. We've worked on the exhaust.
Yeah.
It's got an Embo billet engineering billet plenum.
Yeah.
Graham Good Racing cold air induction kit. Full 3-inch downpipe and 3-inch exhaust system, Miltech throughout. Sports catalytic converter as well.
The list just keeps going on.
Yeah, the list goes on. There's stuff that I'm inevitably going to miss out, but yeah, lots and lots. The cylinder head's been off. The biggest modification is the block mod.
Yeah.
To stop because the liners can crack on these cars if you do uprate them. You run too much power without uprating the liners first.
Yeah. So you said the original power output on this was 221?
221, yeah.
And it's pushing 309.
309 now, yeah. 309 horsepower, 400 foot-pounds of torque. There are other STs out there with a bit higher on the BHP, but very few of them match the torque figure this car's putting out.
Yeah, and this car definitely pulls. I can definitely testify to that. You may even remember in one of my other videos where I was talking about my IB for FR and talking about getting it remapped, which is an idea I'm still definitely playing about with. And this is the guy I was talking to, obviously Olly. You've got your remapping business, so talk us a little bit through that. How long have you been doing that?
Yeah, I've been running the business since March now. Yeah, Ecotech Vehicle Solutions. So I work with a company called Black Code, who my parent company. They do all the custom file writing. It's literally all custom written files, and you, yeah, usually within the hour. Takes about 2.5 hours to flash map a car usually. Good gains, really good gains, especially on this car. This car, you can easily see around the 190 horsepower mark, up from I think it's 150, isn't it? Yeah.
So my car is 148 stock, and then you said it was 205.
Oh, it's even higher. Forgive me.
So yeah, that was definitely big gains. It was really impressive because when you sent me through that figure, I had to look at it twice. I thought that can't be right. It's like, so I could potentially have an IB for FR pushing over 200 brake. I was thinking that's a very attractive prospect. I won't lie.
Yeah.
So how long have you had this?
Nearly 3 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, I usually keep cars about 4 months, so this.
So you must love this one then.
It's testament to the car's ability and how it and the way it drives and where it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
And what did you have before this?
I had a Golf R32 Mark 5, Mark 5 Golf R32 before.
Good choice. And what made you want to get rid of that?
I just found it was really expensive to run, and to tune them, to do a turbo conversion on one of those, which is what I wanted, especially on the Mark 5. The subframe gets in the way of the where you've got to put stuff, and it's about £10,000 to £12,000 to do a turbo conversion on the Mark 5 R32.
Wow.
I was like, no, I'm not prepared to spend that on the car.
You know what? I'm not surprised. So what's the R32 pushing out? I can't remember what power output that has.
It was 250 brake, just about 247, I think it was.
That's obviously from the 3.2 litre
3.2 litre
hence
engine.
the name.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. And but yeah, the Focus, I found it even though the Golf was four-wheel drive, there was lots of grip, but it was very dead on the steering, really wooden steering. You couldn't feel a lot. It's electro-hydraulic steering. It just wasn't where it needed to be. Yeah, so it cost me an awful lot of money, but yeah.
And obviously now you said you're selling this.
Yeah, it'll be up for sale soon. Literally in the next 10 to 12 days.
Yeah.
And I'm going for something rear-wheel drive. Probably Jack, probably a Nissan Silvia, maybe an RX-7 if I find a really nice one that's.
I do like the RX-7.
Yeah.
But it has to have a rear spoiler on it. I don't like RX-7s which haven't got a rear spoiler. It just looks a bit naked if you ask me.
Yeah, no worries.
I think it has to have a rear ring, a big one preferably. This car feels so nice, and I know I've said it before, but these seats are uber comfortable. They're so nice.
They do hug you well.
They do. You just sort of sink into them. And despite the performance, this is still quite a comfortable car to drive.
Yeah, no. It depends on what mood you're in. You can just relax and just use the torque, use the power. Don't have to rev it hard. You can change short shift, and you've got no issue with driving it slowly. And then when you want to open things up, then yeah, you've got it all there in reserve, really.
Well, I think we're going to demonstrate that now to get past the cyclist. Wow.
Wow, jeez.
That is rapid.
Yeah, that's the torque coming in.
And that noise is just marvellous. So nice.
I'm holding on for dear life.
You may have to. So, do you know roughly what the 0 to 60 is in this now that it's been tuned and modified?
I've not had it timed. I can say that I have been to Santa Pod, and although my reaction time wasn't like especially great.
Don't worry, mine wasn't either when I went.
No worries. It runs around a 13.5-14 second quarter.
That's good.
With me at the wheel. So
yeah.
I don't. And in terms of 0 to 60, I've had a shindig with a 2015 Audi S4 off the lights.
Yeah.
Up to maybe slightly above the speed limit for the road, but yeah, he got left behind, and that was in the 4-wheel drive 2015 Audi S4.
Now I need to know that.
No, that's not something I've ever experienced.
It feels so planted as well.
Yeah, no, it feels. It's got a white line anti-lift kit fitted on the front control arms as well. Anti-lift, anti-dive. So as you accelerate and as you brake, it stops the front end from dipping up and down, which is one of the best mods that I did on it. Honestly, if you've got a Focus like this, Focus ST like this, do the white line anti-lift kit, anti-dive kit. You won't regret it. It's one of the best couple of £100 you can spend on the car, improving the handling. You know. 2,000 RPM, and it just pulls.
Yeah, that's 4,000 revs, and that's 70. That is sick. Before I put into third, then that would have been interesting. So
suddenly Hulk pull you back a bit.
Yeah.
We're obviously not on a racetrack here. But that makes a massive difference on the track is the Quaife limited slip differential that's in the gearbox.
Yeah.
It's got an RS clutch to cope with the power as well.
Okay.
Yeah. RS clutch on an ST flywheel. If you're not running city power, then it's safe to do that. A lot of people do the RS clutch and flywheel.
Yeah.
But I didn't bother with that. The ST flywheel was in good condition. The RS clutch was fitted at like 29,000 miles because I bought this car on 26,000 from its second owner, so I'm only the third one. It's got Graham Good Racing short shift kit on there. I mentioned the RS clutch and the Quaife LSD in the gearbox earlier. Anti-lift kit I've already mentioned as well. Lots of hydro dipping on the car, the carbon trims that you'll see from the other footage on there, all been professionally done. I will give a free plug to people who've done them because they've been very nice to me, taking care of me. Wicked Coatings of Dorset. If you want the trims to look 100% professional standard like this, then yeah, honestly, go and see those guys. They can get stuff in by mail order, but yeah, their standard of work is second to none. Really good people to deal with. I would like to give a little shout out if you are looking at tuning Focus ST, then probably a good place to look obviously on the usual places like the owners forums, but do your research before because it's not the cheapest thing in the world, and to do it properly you want to start with a good base and make sure you do the right mods in the right order. I highly recommend doing the LSD, the limited slip diff in the gearbox. Really does transform the car, comes into its own when you really are pushing on, and puts the power down as well. If it's alright with you, I don't mind doing a free plug just to my mechanic. If you're
if you're watching.
Yeah, I mean, if I wouldn't have this car, and it wouldn't be at this stage without his skill and his expertise on the car and his advice as well on tuning and what to do. So yeah, shout out to Andy at AMT in Guildford. Highly recommend him as a really good specialist for STs, RSs. Yeah, top man.
And there we are, Andy. I have to say you've done a pretty good job of this car because it is absolutely magic to drive. It's wonderful. And if I had the money, I would be buying this off Olly, but unfortunately I don't. But hopefully this will find a good home. I'm sure it will.
Yeah, no, I'm sure the next owner is going to be very in for a treat because it's a professionally built car, no corners cut, and no expenses been spared either. So what it needed, it's had, and yeah, it's just been a great car. It's going to be a good memories to take with it, to take forward with this into the future. Yeah, you should feel privileged. You're the only person apart from my technician who works on this car to have driven it.
Oh really?
Yep. It's just been me and him, and I obviously got to trust him because he does all the work on my car. Yeah.
Well, for that I'm eternally grateful because I'm having a great time in this.
You do have to give it back though.
You said you're looking for a new car. Would you be interested in part exchanging for the 2006 Seat Ibiza FR? Low-ish mileage?
No, possibly.
Well, it's funny you say that because I just happen to know someone who has one.
Oh, yes.
And that someone might be me. So we're making our way back now to my Ibiza FR. I'm going to let Ollie get on with his day because I've spent quite a bit of his day just hooning about like that motorcyclist that just went by. I've spent a good portion of the morning / early afternoon hooning about in his Focus ST, and I have to say I've really enjoyed it. The steering's got a lovely weight. There's plenty of power to be had. The gear change is lovely. It's got a lovely short shift to it, and I've had a lot of fun in this car. And if you fancy having a go in this car, it is up for sale. So if you want to find out more details, give me a shout, and then I can pass the details on to Mr. Wild here. So if you fancy a very clean modded Focus ST, then this could well be up your street. And I have to say, from sort of first person experience, it's great fun to drive. So we're going to head back now, and and I'm going to wrap everything up. But until we do get back, I'm going to have just a little bit more fun in this, because why wouldn't you? It's been absolutely tremendous. Great car to drive.
Oh, thank you.
One last blast. And then
just
slow
have
it
to watch
down.
the approach,
Yeah, and then the joys of the roads in Surrey.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
There we are.
It's just the old rubbish steering lock, but I think you've done it perfectly there.
There we are, look at that.
Yeah, no, awesome.
Beauty.
And away he goes.
So Ollie has gone now to enjoy the rest of his day, and I'm really grateful for his time, and of course for having a go in his Focus ST. I can't believe he's selling it, but he's got his reasons, although I'm sure he will miss his Focus ST. I hope you enjoyed the video. In the video description below, I have put links to the Surviving the Nightlife's Facebook page, and also a link to his remapping business. So if you're interested in getting your car remapped, give it a look. But until then, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. And until the next time, see you soon, guys.